top.
Great job there by Quincy High. And keeps him out. He's going to go, Jim. And touchdown, Presidents. Hello, everyone. Welcome to QATV Sports coverage of high school football here in the city of Quincy, where tonight the North Quincy Red Raiders will play host to the Panthers of Whitman-Hanson High School. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jonathan Caleri, and we are getting ready to see North Quincy's last game in preparation before Thanksgiving, taking on the Panthers here at home. North Quincy comes into this game with a record of 4-5, 0-3 in the Keenan division of the Patriot League. Last week, North Quincy went down to Silver Lake and had a tough loss against the Lakers, losing 21-7. North Quincy's actually lost their last 3 games, all in the Keenan division, losing to Duxbury at home, at Hingham, and at Silver Lake. Whitman-Hanson also coming into this game, losing the last 4 games in a row, losing to Duxbury and Silver Lake Scituate, and last week 21-14 at Hingham. The captains are getting ready to come out onto the field. And before we go down to the field, we want to take a look at the QATV weather report. It is a fantastic night for football here in the city of Quincy. 43 degrees, fair skies, and a wind north and northeast at 5 miles per hour. So the wind shouldn't be a factor here tonight. The temperature will go down a little bit more. We might see the high 30s as we get towards the fourth quarter of this game. But right now, a nice crisp night here in the city of Quincy, a nice fall evening. All right, the captains are coming out into the field for North Quincy. Number 11, Kyle McKay. Number 55, Jimmy Scribby. Number 57, PJ Campbell. And number 53, Garrett Kelly, will go down to the field.
Gentlemen, nice to see you this evening. Good luck in tonight's ball game. Introduce yourselves to the fellow captains, please. Gentlemen, please allow me a minute to introduce my fellow officials. Very trusted and respected umpire, Mr. Murray here. Over on the left side is Mr. Tate, our line judge this evening. Over on the right-hand side, we have Mr. Flannery to the left. He's the linesman. And over to the right is Mr. Reed. He's our back judge tonight. We also have Mr. Newman up in the booth doing the clock. That is an official clock. That means there will be no 2-minute warning. Before we do the coin toss, one word, okay? It is a great honor to be a captain. It's also a responsibility. All right? If there are any issues out there, you come talk to us. Okay? We work to make sure this game is properly played. If we have any issues, we're going to come talk to you. We expect you to relay that to your colleagues. We keep this played according to rules amongst gentlemen as it's supposed to be. Is that understood, gentlemen? Okay, thank you very much. Our visitors tonight are from Whitman-Hanson. Just young man's going to call. We have, because yesterday was Veterans Day, we have a very special American Legion coin. There's the star of the U.S. That is the head side, and on the back side is some inscriptions. That's the tail side. You'll call out while it's in the air. If I drop it, we're going to do it again.
Tails.
He calls tails. It is a heads. You've won the toss. You want to defer. You would like the ball? Okay. Like the ball, which end do you want to put your backs over there, backs over here? They won the toss. North Quincy is elected to defer. The option in this half is Whitman-Hanson. They are going to receive. Gentlemen, shake hands. Let's have a good half of football.
All right, so as you heard down there, the official, very specific with the captains, letting them know that, they are the captains, they're the leaders out in the field for their teammates, and they should be respectful out there to the other team. And also a nice special coin in honor of Veterans Day, which was yesterday, November 11th, that special coin. So North Quincy won the toss. They elected to defer their option to the second half, so Whitman-Hanson is going to receive, and defending the south end zone, North Quincy will defend and kick off from the north end zone. We're going to pause now for our national anthem being performed by the Quincy North Quincy Combined Marching Band.
Quincy Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Mitch Kinnear.
All right, good rendition there by the Quincy North Quincy Combined Band, led by Richie Canelli. Band's here every single football game, pretty much, whether it's rain or shine or windy or snowy. They're here cheering on Quincy and North Quincy. So nice job for them. So we want to thank them. Being joined now in the booth here by Jim Timmons. And Jim, North Quincy lost the last couple of games here, and they were trying to go out on a high note before Thanksgiving when they take on the crosstown rivals, the Quincy Presidents.
Yeah, there's been a couple of dynamics in play for North that really haven't been talked about in the paper because that's how Coach Connor handles things. But, you know, a couple of the boys had key injuries. They were missing Garrett Kelly, who's just been a real standout this year. His senior season, he's really stepped up. He's been a linebacker with Jimmy Scribby, and the two of them have really done a terrific job linebacking. And then, in addition, he's been a lineman in the offensive line. Now, the loss of Kelly the last couple of games was a big factor. The other thing, too, is last week's game, John, really turned on one play. There was a tip ball and an interception, but otherwise the Red Raiders were right there. So been a little bit of a disappointing last couple of games, but Coach Connor and the Red Raiders looking to turn things around. They do have Kelly back tonight. Got a couple of other things going on that we'll talk about, but they feel ready to go, and this is the tune-up for Thanksgiving, so that's always important.
All right, so Whitman Hanson's out in the field getting ready to receive. North Quincy will be doing the kicking. If you're just joining us, we mentioned earlier that North Quincy have lost the last 3 games. Last week, losing to Silver Lake at Silver Lake by a score of 21-7. As you mentioned, Jim, it was a close game, couple of tight plays, and it went the other way for North Quincy, unfortunately. But North Quincy coming out here looking to wrap up the regular season, if you will, before Thanksgiving. And this is a game that both coaches always look to make sure that teams will be ready for Thanksgiving. So they come out there and they all want a strong finish in this game before.
Right. And Whitman Hanson, they've had a tough run as well. I mean, North and Whitman Hanson are in the tough division in the Patriot League. And, Duxbury, Hingham, Silver Lake, 3 games in a row for North, all tough opponents. Whitman Hanson tough too, so here's a kick by Kyle McKay.
Squib kick, and it was fielded by Whitman Hanson at the 35-yard line, making it the 36. Number 81 takes that. That's Dondre James.
So they'll start with very good field position, John. They're going to start at the 36. Nice field position for Whitman Hanson. Let's see how the Red Raider defense does. They're going to look to start out and keep Whitman Hanson on this side of the field, established field position. You see number 53, Garrett Kelly out there. 55, Jimmy Scribby, the 2 guys in the middle. We'll talk about Scribby in a moment.
All right, Jim, Whitman Hanson is led to the line by their quarterback, John Caleri. No relation, however. Caleri hands it off. And it's going to be carry up to the 41-yard line. Carried there by number 24, Hank Mullen.
Yeah, isn't that something? John Caleri. They spelled John wrong, though, down in Whitman Hanson. But other than that, interesting. No relation, huh?
Well, I'm sure there's a relation somewhere along the lines, but no direct relation. Yeah,
Caleri,
distant.
like Timmons, is a somewhat unique name, so we're just from different tribes, but different parts of Europe.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when I was looking at the roster, and actually he's had quite a season. John Caleri has a quarterback for Whitman Hanson. I've been seeing his name in the paper, and when I saw that first, I was like, I have to look into that, but no relation. All right, Caleri passes off into the flat, and it's going to be a first down for Whitman Hanson. Number 27 on the reception, Ryan Henry.
Well, he delivered a nice ball out into the flat, I'll tell you that. Looked like it was on a rope. So like his counterpart up here in the booth, it appears he can deliver the goods on Friday night. That's nice. North's made a little adjustment. It's interesting. Walter Hannon is off the line now, and he's in a linebacking spot. And they've got Scribby moving around almost in a Raider spot. They're letting him move around out there. And
All right, quick handoff up the middle for Whitman Hanson, and they're going to be close to another first down. Going to be up to the 43-yard line. Need to get to the 42 for the first. So it'll be right up a second down and 1 now for Whitman Hanson. That carry went to Corey Gilbert.
Interestingly, everything that Whitman Hanson has done so far has been to the right side. Scribby's lining up on the North Quincy right side of the defense, which is the left side of Whitman Hanson. Their offense is going away from Scribby in the other direction. North's going to have to make some adjustments here.
3 men in the backfield. One goes in motion. Handoff up the middle. And flag thrown late after the play was over. Looks like we might have a hold here.
Yeah, the guy in on the tackle, the man I talked about before we started the game, Garrett Kelly, number 53. Oh, they hit North with a face mask call. Interesting. We'll have to see where that occurred.
We talked about where the umpire throws the flag. It's usually an offensive holding of some sort, and that's what it looked like, but we're going to get a 15-yard face mask penalty against the Raiders.
Face mask. Defense 6-3. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
All right, so it's a first down. Would have been an automatic first down either way, but 15 yards further after the run. So Whitman Hanson on to move here. Ball's now up at the 27-yard line of North Quincy.
Did we have the pregame lecture about the coin?
It was a special Veterans Day coin.
There you go.
All right, handoff up the middle. And nice run there by Whitman Hanson. Back just kept on moving forward after the first hit. And looked like on the carry there was Henry again.
Nice opening drive. North won the toss, elected to defer. That generally speaks to the fact that the coaching staff feels a little bit of confidence that the defense is going to give them an edge. But here, Whitman Hanson's come out with a nice drive, John. They're really grinding it out here. The clock has been running the whole time because of the nature of this drive. There was one pass and it was complete, so there's been no reason to stop the clock. And Whitman Hanson continues on the march.
Another pass, and it's complete over to the left side in the flat, and nice job there by Mike Morrison to come up and make the tackle on Christian Petta, the receiver.
Yeah, Morrison was out there all alone, and as you said, he did a terrific job. If you watch the replay, watch this reception, though. We don't like to give too much credit to the opponent, but there's a nice little shot from Caleri, great sideline shot. And you see the reception, all hands there by number 6, Petta. And out there all alone and making the tackle, Mike Morrison, something he's done this year. And we're now in a third down and short, John. Big third down for the Red Raiders here early on in this game. And looks like it is so big that Whitman Hanson wants a timeout.
All right, they do call a timeout. So 7:11 to go here in the first quarter. The Panthers call a timeout, but they are moving down the field. It is third down and about 2 from the North Quincy 19-yard line. So Whitman Hanson, as you said, calls a timeout to discuss things. They are led by their coach, Sean Clifford.
A terrific North Quincy High athlete and graduate, Sean Clifford as well. So interesting, the name games here with the Whitman Hanson squad, Caleri and Clifford. Here we go. Big third down play, John. Be interesting to see what the Red Raiders can do here if they come up with a stop.
Send a man in motion and hand off up to the right side. And they're going to be pretty close. Handoff went to number 34, Corey Gilbert. And it looks like by this spot, they're going to be just shy of the first down.
Walter Hannon over there on the stop, number 45, the junior. And also in there was Mike Curran. Looks like a stop for no gain. So with the ball at about the 18-yard line, Whitman Hanson is going to go for it on 4th and short, John. Very interesting here. This is a big, big play for the Red Raiders.
On the last play, they needed 2. They gained about 1.5 yards, so we'll call it 4th and about 0.5 yard. One man in the backfield behind Caleri. He's going to pitch it over to the right side, across the 20, up to the 15, and he'll get brought down. Handoff went to number 20, Dave Bailey, and he's going to get tackled actually at the 14-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play, just a little toss pitch. They lined up 3 receivers out to the right, and those guys immediately on the snap of the ball, they broke to their left and laid out some nice blocks for the running back, who easily picked up the first down. So well done by Whitman Hanson. They continue to be all right-handed, though, running away from Scribby on the left side of the Raider defense, John.
1st and 10 from the 15. Enough up the middle, and going nowhere is Corey Gilbert for the Panthers. North did a nice job there, defensive line to break through, and a nice push for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, great penetration by Vinny Tran. Vinny, number 40, is only a freshman, John, and we haven't really talked about him enough, but that young man has really stepped up and played tremendously. He's earned himself a spot as a starter, even though he's only a freshman, and he's very quick, very, very determined, and a terrific tackler. When he gets a hold of a guy, the guy goes down. So nice job by Vinny Tran of the Raider defense on first down there.
Loss of 1 on the first down play, and that pass was trying to go over the flat, but it's out of bounds. So bring up now 3rd down and 11 for the Panthers.
First incomplete pass by Caleri. They like those little quick outs to the flat, John, trying to set up an opportunity for the receiver to use his own skills, get down the field. It's going to test the tackling of guys like Mike Morrison and Mike Curran, who are the defensive backs on the outside.
So 3rd and 11, ball to 21-yard line, clearing the shotgun, looking to his left, fires, and it is complete at the 5, and diving into the end zone for the touchdown, Christian Petta. An unbelievable effort by Petta. He saw there was going to be a block for him to get in the end zone, and he dives in for the touchdown.
Yeah, Coach Connor is upset. He saw something out there. I don't know if we have the replay. We're going to look at the replay after the kick. I don't know if you mentioned, John, where, let's see, who's kicking for Whitman Hanson, number
81, that is Dave Kolka.
Dave Kolklaw.
So he puts it up, and it is good. So 7-0.
It's a great former Patriot, Jimmy Kolklaw, the same name, same spelling. You're showing your age, and I'm showing mine. We're going to look at the replay here. I'm not quite sure what it is that Coach Connor was upset over. We're getting a nice replay of Coach Connor there. Well, nice finish. I'm not sure what happened. Mike Morrison looked like came to a stop. I didn't see any sort of pick or anything like that, but Coach McPhee and Coach Connor are both continuing to kind of gesture on the sidelines. And Coach Connor is not a demonstrative guy, John. He takes in everything that's going on down there, but generally he doesn't go after the officials. You don't see him with the palms up very much on the sidelines. He's very direct with his players, but he's not terribly demonstrative. But he was upset over something on that touchdown, so we'll see if we can find out at the half, perhaps.
So Whitman Hanson, a 6-minute and 1-second drive to get up on the board first, again leading 7-0. Back for the kick for North Quincy, number 7 Mike Morrison and number 11 Kyle McKay. And it's going to be a short kick up to the middle, and it looks like a fair catch was called for by North Quincy. And coming up with number 56, Bobby Lawless.
Yeah, we'll give Lawless style points to that one. He caught that and sat down. He looked like a guy in a men's softball league, the way he fielded that one. But Lawless is one of the guys that we have great respect for on this team because he's out there in the trenches. He's a hard-nosed offensive lineman. He's a very athletic kid, so no surprise there that he would have fielded a short kick and done so cleanly.
North led by their senior quarterback, Joe Schmitz. Handoff up the middle to Shea Adusian, and Adusian's going to get 8 yards on first down for North Quincy. Crosses the 40 and gets up to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Adusian has really been something for the Red Raiders. I recall the first time I saw him play and totally butchered his name 2 years ago when he was a sophomore. We ended up sending a search party out to get the name right, but he has been terrific for North Quincy. And it's great that on their first offensive play, John, Shea comes out and delivers a real smash-mouth run.
Marquise Chase on the carry this time, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gain half a yard on the play for the Raiders.
Yeah, Chase is a junior. He's the heir apparent to that tailback spot for the Red Raiders. They've got a talented group of runners, John. We just saw Kyle McKay come off the field. They've got a lot of depth at running back, a lot of kids who can perform. There's our sideline cam on Coach Connor. You see him consulting with Kenny McPhee, who's the defensive coordinator, a veteran North Quincy football guru, Kenny McPhee, led the Red Raiders to their only Super Bowl title back in 1993.
And Schmitz is going to get them off sides. Nice job there by him. Whitman Hanson was very jumpy, and Schmitz took advantage of it.
Yeah, very eager. Good job by Schmitz. After the call, we're going to look at...
Prior to the snap, encroachment, contact on the defense, 5 yards in the previous spot. That's the first down on yards.
All right, if you watch the replay here, you're going to see, as John said, several guys from Whitman Hanson jumping, and there's the contact there. That's the one that drew the flag. So Red Raiders pick up a first down. They're coming right back, John. Nice sign here.
All right, ball at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Handoff goes to Mike Curran, number 5, over to the right side. And he's going to get up to about the Whitman Hanson 45-yard line. And then we'll see if they spot the ball. He's going to be just shy, call it the 44.
Well-designed play, and that was going to go for some yardage. But Curran just got tripped up as he broke through the line. Let's watch the replay real quickly. You're going to see Curran's got some green space in front of him. And watch the hand come out and just trip up that leg there, because he had blockers in front of him. One of our favorites, big 7-0, Joe Bertucci, was out there ready to lead the charge.
So 5-yard gain. And Chase gets it this time, across the 40-yard line for the first down and more, or down to the 30-yard line, and cuts back outside to get another 5 yards out to the 25-yard line. Great run there by Marquise Chase.
What a run, and at the end, the little Billy Sims horizontal move there. Have we got that replay?
I believe so.
Here we go. You got to watch this run by Chase. First of all, watch the blocking. Great blocking at the point of attack. Chase gets through. He's going to go parallel now. Now, that's a terrific move. And see the block by McKay. He laid out that linebacker. But great stuff by the Red Raiders on the march inside the 25 of Whitman Hanson.
Curran on the carry with the right side, crossed the 20 up to the 15, now to the 10, and brought down at the 10-yard line. North Quincy will have 1st and goal.
I'll tell you, we've got Grace Bush's 50-yard camera here looking down on this Red Raider offense from a perfect angle. I'd like folks to focus when the Red Raiders line up here in this next play on number 70 and number 55. It's Bertucci and Scribby. That's who they're running behind, the right side. And it's nice to have these guys healthy. There you see Bertucci, Scribby. They've got number 74 snapping the ball, Joe King back. So this line is back in shape, and they're blocking beautifully for the Red Raider backfield.
Ducey up the middle, cross to the 5-yard line, pushes his way forward, and we'll get up to the 2-yard line, make it the 1. He leveled one of the Whitman Hanson defenders, but he could not get into the end zone. Another great run by North Quincy.
I'll tell you what, John, this Red Raider offense is just plowing down the field right now. They're doing a terrific job. This is great to see the way they're coming out responding to that Whitman Hanson touchdown.
All right, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line now for North. 1:30 going in, 1:30 left, in the first quarter. All right, 1st and goal, and handoff to Adusian, and in for the touchdown goes Shea Adusian. Great job there by him. He went up the middle, found nothing. He was able to cut over to the right and push it in for the touchdown. So a 1-yard touchdown run for Shea Adusian. And North Quincy back in the ball game here, 7-6 with a point after the come. All right, North Quincy lines up for the extra point. Kyle McKay, the kicker for the Raiders.
I'll tell you, this guy is quite an athlete, John. You saw him lay a blistering block on a linebacker. He's playing safety, and he just kicked the ball into the MBTA lot. You know, Kyle McKay, he's from a family of terrific athletes, all female, with the exception of Kyle. We'll clarify that in case there's any questions, but Kyle's got a sister playing college soccer. He's got 3 sisters playing sports at North Quincy, all of whom are terrific athletes. And Kyle himself just does not come off the field. Blasted that extra point through. And what a drive by the Red Raiders, John. That was terrific.
Shea Adusian tops it off with a 1-yard touchdown run. That's Adusian's 11th touchdown on the year. And that puts him in a tie for the Patriot League, along with Wes Hawkins from Scituate, who also has 11 touchdowns. So tie for the touchdowns there in the Patriot League. Shea Adusian is the leading scorer in the Keenan division of the Patriot League, however.
And he's also, we see him on Tuesdays in the Boston Globe. He's in the running for an Easton Mass leader role in Division 2A. So Adusian having a real hallmark season in his senior year.
Adusian 7th in Division 2A in scoring with 62 points, make it 68 right now. Kickoff is fielded at the 10-yard line by the Panthers, crossing over the 20 and trying to cut across the back of the field. Getting up to the 23-yard line was Ryan Henry for the Panthers.
Henry did a terrific job of fielding that ball, John. That hit the turf and had just bounced. And had he not fielded it, and he fielded it cleanly as well, that could have been big trouble. But fielded it, Red Raiders special teams got down there and made the stop. And now we've got to see how North Quincy does adjusting, having seen the Whitman-Hanson offense one time. They know what they like to do. They were predominantly right-handed, as we said during that first drive. Let's see what they do on this one.
All right, ball at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 1:03 left to go here in the first quarter. And ball's loose on the ground. It looks like North has recovered, and they have. North Quincy comes up with it. Number 57 for the Raiders, P.J. Campbell.
Big turnover and a very alert play, as you said, John, by P.J. Campbell. He got right down on the ball, covered it immediately, and the Red Raider offense is in great position here inside the 25, having just stuffed the ball down the Whitman-Hanson throat on their last drive. They have an opportunity here to really turn the tide in this game early on.
All right, so North Quincy recovers on the 24-yard line of Whitman-Hanson.
Got 1 minute to go in the quarter here, John.
So McKay in motion. He is now far right. No one's on him. They're going to hand it off up the middle. And a gain of 1 for North Quincy. Actually, looks like they might say they might lose a yard.
Got to take a look and see what the coaching staff saw there, because when McKay came out, no one came out with him. And Kyle's the type of guy, if they get him the ball, he can do some damage out there in the flat. Was that Mike Curran on that run?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He got stuffed. I just learned from his aunt that Mike Curran is the son of Karen Maybach from Montclair. So now I understand the good gene pool that he's out of. He's had a great year all year, and now we have a clearer understanding of where that's from.
Adusian with the pitch over to the right side, across the 20 up to the 15, and brought down at the 13-yard line. He'll have a first down for North Quincy.
Wow, I'll tell you something. This is just brutally effective running by the Red Raiders. And one thing if you watch this replay, watch the offensive linemen and the way they block. It's not straight on. They're coming out at angles and really opening up holes. You see Bertucci downfield, and also out in front there was number 30, Marquise Chase. So terrific blocking, and they're getting downfield to block as well, John, which is a great sign. When you're getting guys downfield to get their hats on linebackers, you know your running game is firing. So that's what the Red Raiders have been able to get going here tonight against Whitman-Hanson. And given that opening drive of the Panthers, this running game is really, really going to be critical, you can tell, in tonight's ball game.
All right, so that was the end of the first quarter. After that play, North Quincy will go down the other end of the field now with a 1st and 10 from the Whitman-Hanson 13-yard line. While we have a moment, want to remind all of our viewers, as we mentioned at the top of the telecast, Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and QATV will have live audio coverage beginning at 9:30 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning from here at the stadium when the Red Raiders take on the Quincy Presidents. So again, tune in to QATV Channel 8 for live audio coverage beginning at 9:30 with pregame and kickoff at 10 a.m.
Yeah, for those of you who watch our coverage, and you might wonder, I know that there are some moms and other folks who get stuck at home on Thanksgiving morning. We cannot go with live video coverage because of the wild popularity of John and I. The school department's nervous about the turnout at the game. That sounds a little crazy to me, but that's the rationale. So it'll be audio only.
Talks about the popularity of our coverage, Jim. Hand off to Mike Curran, and he reaches in. Touchdown,
I'll
North
tell you
Quincy.
What a run by Curran. That was super. He just hit that hole and exploded. A terrific job by Curran. And again, between Bertucci and Scribby, watch the replay. And watch Curran just explode into this hole. Number 5. Boom. That is terrific stuff.
And then reaches
He
out.
was not going to be denied.
Reaches out at the end there to make sure he gets it in for the 6 points. So North Quincy makes Whitman-Hanson pay for putting the ball on the ground. North recovers the fumble, and they punch it in for 6. We'll try to make it 7 right here. Good snap, and it is up, almost blocked, and it is going to be no good. Wide to the right.
Yeah, McKay reacted to that penetration. I don't know how that young man from Whitman-Hanson did not get his hands on the ball. It had to do, I'm sure it had to do with the fact that Kyle adjusted, but point after missed. And Coach Connor telling Kyle, forget about it, get into the special teams huddle. It's a nice shot of the Red Raider mascots doing a lap around the field after the touchdown. Serenaded by the high school band. And there's a shot of the Red Raider cheerleaders, John, working hard tonight.
All right, so 13-7 North Quincy with 10:53 left to go here, and there's the band, as you mentioned, Jim.
Yeah, nice shot. It's the combined high school band. That's why you see a little bit of blue out there. They do a great job. Members from both schools supporting each other and supporting the respective high schools on Friday nights.
All right, so North comes out ready to kick off. And McKay, Squib kicks it. It's going to be fielded at the 38-yard line by Whitman-Hanson, crosses the 40, and up to the 45 goes the ball carrier.
Yeah, that one did not get through. It was picked up by the second line, so much better field position for Whitman-Hanson this time. And we'll have to see what happens. The last time Whitman-Hanson had the ball, as you said, John, it was a turnover that stopped them. Red Raiders, importantly, really made them pay for that. Turnovers are one thing, but making sure your opponent pays for them is another. And the Red Raiders did so successfully there. So Whitman-Hanson comes out with a 1st and 10 from the 45. 10 and change to go in this second quarter.
Man in motion, and it's a pitch now over to the right side. And flag thrown on the play, and getting up to 2 flags thrown on the play, one late after everything had gone down. Handoff was to number 20, Dave Bailey. And we have a hold on Whitman Hanson.
Yeah, maybe see if there's the second flag. It looks like both are in reaction to the same penalty. I'll tell you what, Morrison and Curran really laid a hit on that running back, and he got up slowly.
Holding on the offense. 2-9, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
All right, so a 10-yard penalty, and I'll move him back from the spot of the foul. So it'll be going back to the 39-yard line. So we'll bring up now a 1st and 16 for the Panthers.
It will be important for the Red Raiders, John, to make Whitman Hanson pay for all its mistakes. 1st and 16, all your options are different now offensively. Got to make sure that the Red Raiders take advantage of that fact here.
Cole Claw goes in motion, and they're going to give it to him. He's trying to get outside, and he cuts back up in now up to the 45, and will get tackled down to the 47-yard line. Nice cutback there by Cole Claw to get some positive yardage, and he'll get a gain of 8 on the play.
Yeah, so Cole Claw got back the penalty plus a few yards. Nice job of running the ball. That time they went left for the first time in a bit, John, which is interesting. They've been predominantly right-handed, which means they're going to be running toward us. That's a shot from our sideline camera, John Mercurio. But when we go back to the 50-yard camera, they're going to be running toward us, toward the lower end of the screen when they do run.
McCleary passes in. It is almost picked off over there for North Quincy. Number 24, Jackie Cooper. And also was over there, number 7, Mike Morrison.
Jackie Cooper, Mike Morrison, great coverage. The ball was knocked by Cooper, deflected by Cooper, and in play, Morrison almost picked it off. And Morrison has been a guy who's shown that he can do that. A couple of games here at the stadium where he's been remarkable over in that defensive end spot. So 3rd down and 7 for Whitman Hanson.
Caleri in the shotgun for the Panthers. Looking to his right. Come back over the middle. Has Cole Claw over the middle, and it goes incomplete. Just a little too high for Cole Claw to bring down. So North Quincy holds, and Whitman Hanson will be forced to punt.
Yeah, over on the coverage, the free safety, Curran, was just breaking on the ball. Did a nice job getting over there, and now McKay and Morrison are going to be back for the punt, as you said, John. Whitman Hanson will be punting. The ball's on their side of the field. Be nice to see the Red Raiders get some positive yardage here.
And North trying to block his very, very high kick. North gets out of the way, and they're going to let it bounce. And it'll be picked up at the 28-yard line. So that's when North will take over.
Yeah, that was a high punt, and did not get quite the distance that he wanted to get on it. That's normally reflective of how you drop the ball. When a punter drops the ball, if he drops it too close to his body, he can get under it like that, and that's what happened there. So a little break for the Red Raiders. They're going to start with good field position at the 30. There you see quarterback Schmitz, Joe Schmitz, coming out, the senior, who has really been terrific this year. We talked about him in previous games. Tough to come in and fill the shoes of a guy like Mike Stanton. But Schmitz has done that and more. He's shown terrific leadership. Here's another nice shot of Joe as he calls signals there, John.
And up the middle and crossing up the 30, up to the 35-yard line goes Shea Adusian.
I'll tell you, there's no question that Adusian is a special athlete and that he's having a terrific year. But the hole that Scribby and Bertucci, they are just banging away relentlessly over on that right side. You love to see this type of thing, John. And there they are. There's a nice shot of the guys right there. You go right across. You've got Bertucci and Scribby, center king. The left guard is now Garrett Kelly. We mentioned him before. And number 77 is Antonio Diaz. Kelly had been over on the right side during King's absence. and now he's over on the left side, and he's done a terrific job in both positions on the guard spot.
All right, flag thrown. So this is going to be 5 yards in North
False
Quincy.
start on offense, 5-3. 5 yards from the previous spot, still second down.
Without question, my favorite high school official. This guy is just terrific. You always know what's going on. He's one of the more limber gentlemen I've ever seen in my life. He'll never have arthritis in his lifetime. The way he fires the arms around and everything. And he always takes great pains to explain things. He's great with the boys during the, the coin toss, the preliminaries. We'll see it again as they start the second half. And I really enjoy when he does a game.
So 2nd down and 9 now for North. Kyle McKay has some space, crosses the 35, over to the 40, up to midfield, staying on his feet, and just gets tripped up all the way up to the 35-yard line of Whitman Hanson. Goes Kyle McKay.
Great shot of Kyle as he's going to come off. Watch this replay. What a there's Anna. Watch the replay here. Beautifully designed play. All the action looks like it's going right into the line. There's the give to McKay. And McKay just takes off downfield. We missed one guy who deserves credit on the block. I'd love to see that again and see who it was who hit the block on the end to free up McKay. But what a run by Kyle. He was one guy away from breaking it.
Mike
Terrific
Morrison had a
job.
nice block downfield as well for North Quincy,
Yeah.
blocking defensive back. Adusian with a carry. Across the 35, we'll get up to about the 32-yard line for North Quincy. So another nice gain of 5 yards on first down.
One of the things that Coach Kenny McPhee told me in discussing the team this year and where they were going, he couldn't emphasize enough the role that Jim Connors played as a teacher of skills to the boys. Connor played for Boston College. He was an offensive lineman. He played high school football in Western Pennsylvania, where it's first-class stuff. And Kenny explained the skill set that Connor has and has passed on to the athletes. Go ahead, John.
Curran with a carry over to the right side, gets up to the 20-yard line and pushes his way forward for an extra 2 yards. Mike Curran, another nice run for North Quincy, and they'll have the first down inside the 20.
I'll tell you, he is one fired-up guy. Let's watch the replay and watch Curran, then I'll go back to talking about Connor. I'm delighted Mike Curran's aunt came up and explained the gene pool here. Curran following Adusian into the hole. A big hole it is. And look at this as he hits the free safety head on, knocks him backwards, picks up an additional 3 yards. That's just great stuff out there by the Red Raider running game, John. I was mentioning about Connor, and there you see him on the right of your screen. He's the gentleman with a baseball hat on. But Coach Connor has played the game. He was an offensive lineman, and he's really passed on to all the boys the skill of blocking. North Quincy has got a somewhat diminutive line. There's not a lot of big bodies out there, but Tucci's the one guy who really put some size up on the board from the right side, and Antonio Diaz from the left. But after that, they're not big guys. And Coach Connors taught them about how to take on a defender, how to block using angle blocking, and then the downfield stuff you talked about, John, has just been terrific. Like when you see a guy like Shea Adusian get out and lead a play, and he's a tailback type, and he's out blocking linebackers, that just shows you that these boys have really developed in a Belichickian manner where they can all do several things on the field. It's the type of thing you like to see in any sport, but it's especially terrific in football, which is a sport that's moved towards specialization. But you've got a bunch of kids here in black helmets who are doing whatever it takes to win.
All right, so 1st and 10 for North Quincy. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Pitch goes to Adusian over to the left side and cuts back up, has the hole now. Flag thrown on the play. I believe this one's going to be coming back, Jim. Adusian's still on his feet, and they're going to say he actually went down at the 14-yard line. There's a flag at the 23, though, and it's going to be a hold against North.
Well, that takes nothing away from the effort of Adusian here, who just kept going and going and going. He's the last guy. You see him at the bottom of the the film there, the screen. He's a little slow to get back to the huddle because he just ran about 42 yards there during that play, even though he only advanced the ball about 5 or 6. He was running all over and refused to go down.
All right, we'll go down to the field for the call.
On the offense, 3-4, 10 yards from the previous spot, still first down.
All right, so it'll still be first down for North Quincy, but move it back 10 yards. So first and 20.
They caught the tight end on that one. There were a couple of guys out there who perhaps could have got the call. We saw some running backs out there. Because of the way Adusian was running, John, there were all kinds of guys who suddenly found themselves with odd angles to block. And that's how you end up with a hold is what happened there.
Yeah, we can see Adusian. Actually, we'll take a look at the replay here because it's certainly worth a look at Adusian's efforts. Adusian hits a dead space and was able to cut back over to the right side when he realized he had nothing.
Now watch this move here. This is terrific. Boom. Now he's up into the hole. Will not go down. Got 4 guys on him now, and he's still on his feet. Look at that. Great stuff. The hold was well before that. Sorry.
Yeah, first and 20, Chase with a carry. He cuts back up now. Has some more space to run. Great job by Marquise Chase. Still on his feet going. And Chase will not go down. Finally gets down and jumps forward up to the 15-yard line. Marquise Chase, a fantastic run for North Quincy.
Let me tell you something, John. These guys, they're all trying to outdo each other. They just will not go down. A couple of times here you saw the white shirts lay up on the play thinking it was over. But the North Quincy kids are just playing right through to the whistle. This is terrific effort. It's a nice shot from the sideline camera. John Mercurio capturing it all. And terrific effort by the Red Raiders, John. They are fired up tonight, looking to right the ship and get back in the winning column this season prior to the Thanksgiving Day game.
Second down and 5 now. Curran goes in motion. Adusian with a carry across the 10-yard line. More up to the 5. And let's see. He's going to be just shy of a touchdown. He's going to be down at about the 1-foot line.
Love to see that replay if we have it because, again, you let's watch this replay and watch the blocking at the point of attack. Just look for number 55 in the line, number 70. Well, this is a different kind of a side view, but look at that blocking. Curran's out there ahead of him. McKay, number 11. Look at number 77. 77, Antonio Diaz is the left tackle, John. He pulled and got downfield as well. This Red Raider offense is just absolutely overpowering and plowing out this Whitman-Hanson Panther defense.
All right, first and goal from the 2. You saw Adusian's knee go down. Chase with the carry. And ball's on loose in the end zone. And it's going to be a touchback. Ball was fumbled in the end zone and went through the end zone. So it will be a touchback. So a tough break there for North Quincy. It looked like they had scored a touchdown. But apparently the ball was loose when they went across the line.
All right, we're going to watch a replay here. I don't know if we've got it from our sideline camera. Oh, we do. So this will be very informative. Oh, it was at the handoff. Chase never had the ball. McKay's trying to cover it. It goes through the end zone. There you go. So it was at the point of the handoff. The ball was dropped by Chase. Apparently, for whatever reason, a misconnection between Schmitz and Chase resulted in that fumble. And Whitman-Hanson's going to take over. Still 5:20 to go, though. Red Raiders come up with a stop here, John, and they can get the offense on the field one more time.
Handoff up the middle, and ball's on the ground. And Jim, you called it, and they get it right back. Coming up with the recovery for North Quincy was number 56, Bobby Lawless.
A guy we love and a guy we love to talk about, a terrific athlete. Watch the replay here, folks. On the handoff, they're going to strip the ball, and Lawless is going to get right on it. Clean handoff. There's the hit by Garrett Kelly, and also in on it was number 54 for the Red Raiders, Kevin Reardon, and they got the strip, and then the ball's covered by Lawless. So back in the driver's seat, the Red Raiders, 1st and 10 in the 22.
And Schmitz trying to get out of trouble, and he cannot. He's going to get sacked. See as they unpile where they put the ball down at the 28-yard line is where he gets brought down.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that play was going, but there was terrific penetration by Whitman Hansen on the right side of the Red Raider line. I don't know if the running back missed the play or what and went in the wrong direction, but it appeared the play was supposed to go to the left the way the linemen were moving, and as a result of that movement, there was great penetration by Whitman Hansen. North's going to get a timeout, and we've talked about this in other games. Coach Connor not at all shy about taking a timeout. And remember this, John, the Red Raider offense had been out on the field on a long drive just a moment ago. On the last play of that drive, they had the touchback. So some of these guys are sucking wind a little bit. They're tired because they've been out in the field for a while. Coach Connor recognizing that, doesn't want to have a problem here. With under 5 minutes to go, we'd love to have another nice concerted drive. And you can see the fact that the Red Raiders have really asserted their will and their dominance over this Whitman Hansen defense. So great timeout by Connor. The boys are getting some water. They're getting some final instructions here, just going over a few things. And I'm sure Connor's emphasizing that with 4:30 to go, a nice grinded out drive is the perfect thing here as we head to halftime.
So we 2nd down and 7 to go for North Quincy. Ball's at the 28-yard line, as you said, 4:34 left to go here in the first half. And if North can go forward, they like to increase this lead, as you said, and get another score before the half. North Quincy, that was their 2nd timeout. Whitman Hansen has also called 2 timeouts, so each team has 3 timeouts left here in the first half if they need them. Ducian and Chase in the backfield, and it looks like we're going to have another offsides.
Yeah, it's got to be against Whitman Hansen, that one.
Another nice job by quarterback Joe Schmitz to draw them offsides with his cadence.
False start on the offense, the center. 5 yards from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
So they call instead a false start on the center. And it's tough for us to see up here in the booth, but he maybe might have moved the ball, and that might have caused him to jump off sides.
Yeah, that's regrettable. One of the things I'm sure Connor is aware of, when you get tired, the first thing that happens is mental mistakes. And we've seen the Red Raiders now, after playing a very clean first half, couple of mental errors, and boom, they're looking at a 2nd and 22. This is not the direction that Connor and the Red Raiders wanted to see the boys going. So.
All right, Schmitz back to pass, and it is complete to Kyle McKay in the backfield. Gets across the 30-yard line up to the 25, over to the left side now. And nice job by Kyle McKay. Nice gain there for North Quincy. And he's going to get up to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great individual effort by McKay. He could have been stopped in the backfield or after a short gain. But I'll tell you what, there you see him just checking his equipment, his helmet. He did a nice job of eluding some tackles and getting downfield, and he picked up 12 yards on that play. That was a terrific effort. Well-designed play. Just a little toss out into the flat there, and they relied on some downfield blocking and the skills of McKay. And now they're looking at a 3rd down and 11.
Morrison and Curran go wide right. Schmitz back in the pass, look over to his right, and it is intercepted by Whitman Hansen. And it has big space to run, crossing over the 40-yard line, and great tackle by Mike Curran, sprinting down the sideline to make the hit on number 27, Ryan Henry, who picked off the ball.
Yeah, now to his credit, I'll tell you this, another guy who's down there is Schmitz. Schmitz threw the interception, but he was after him. If you watch the replay, you're going to see something here. North has a short guy and a deep guy out on this route. There were 2 guys at the top left of your screen. Number 30, Chase, and there was a guy behind him. Schmitz put it just over it. That was actually not just a guy, that was Mike Curran. Because now you're going to see Curran come in the screen from the left and just run this guy down. And not only that, watch Curran go after the ball. Great stuff by Mike Curran. Not only did he chase that guy down, John, but he tried to force a fumble. Very alert play by Mike Curran. And a terrific effort as well. So, huge turn of events here for the Red Raiders. Oh! And who is that but Mr. Kelly?
Caleri went to fake the handoff in the play action fake. And he looked up, and who did he see? As you said, Garrett Kelly brings him down for the sack on first down.
What penetration right up the middle by Kelly. There you see Scribby, the signal caller. He's a guy we normally see doing things like that. They've been moving him around tonight. But Kelly just busted right up the middle. Love to see that on replay if you had it maybe after this. But, yeah, well, that was definitely a highlight reel right there.
Caleri fakes it, hands it off now. Up to the 35-yard line, over to the 30, over there now to the right side, has some more space to run, and finally pushed out of bounds by Mike Curran, number 20 for Whitman Hanson on the carry, Dave Bailey.
Great call, little delayed handoff there, taking advantage of the Red Raider aggression. A terrific call, and they're going to move the chains here. So,
Result of that play is a Panther first down.
I think we're going to see the replay of the Garrett Kelly sack. Have we got that? You know, we should mention, actually, as we go to half, we'll talk about the fact we do not have Bill Early in the booth tonight, and we should explain to our loyal viewers why. I know the Bill Early fan club is going to want to hear this story, both of them.
And it's going to be reversed over the right side now at the 10, and brought down there. Morrison on the tackle.
Yeah, you know what Whitman Hanson's doing, John, is they're saying, fine, you guys want to launch on us. We're going to take advantage of that aggressive go-to-the-ball style that the Red Raiders have shown in the first half. And they've had a couple of misdirections here. They're running basic wing T offense here. It's all misdirection stuff. And they've caught the Red Raiders on 2 plays in a row now. So we're under 2 minutes here in the half. And North has dominated the first half. They got to come up with a stop here.
Second down and 5 for the Panthers. Handoff goes over to the right side and crosses the 5 up to about the 4-yard line.
As unusual as it might seem, we're looking at the specter of the Red Raiders trailing this half. You know, which would be amazing. And this would really test the mettle of North Quincy because they've absolutely dominated the first half. But due to a couple of mistakes, turnovers at key times, they're now looking at Whitman Hanson knocking on the door inside the 5 with the clock ticking down to 1 minute to play here in the half.
Full house backfield for the Panthers. And they're going to give it to Bailey over to the right side, but he is met there by North Quincy. And Bailey's going to lose a yard on the carry.
Yeah, great job. All the usual suspects. You see number 55, Scribby, number 5, Curran, and number 40, Tran. I would say that Whitman Hanson should try some other side here because those guys just came right in and stuffed that one. 40 seconds to go. Clock running down here. You mentioned that Whitman Hanson had timeouts, John, but they have not exactly shown any lack of willingness to let this clock run down.
It's a second and goal from the 5.
Now they call a timeout with 25 seconds left. It looks like the thought here is their second and goal, and they'll probably use their last timeouts on these last 2 plays. Actually, they're saying North called this timeout.
I say the signal initially was for Whitman Hanson and then went to North, so it looks like North calls a timeout. All right, so it is North timeout. 25 seconds left to go here in the half, and the ball is at the 5-yard line. Second and goal for the Panthers of Whitman Hanson.
we should mention, Sean, that Jimmy Scribby's grandfather passed away and was buried this week. The Scribby family is well known in the city. His grandfather, a very well-respected gentleman. So in addition to condolences to the Scribby family, we'll just mention the fact that I'm sure Jimmy is playing this game tonight with his grandfather in mind, and he certainly honored his memory all season the way he's played. Been a real leader and a real hard-nosed guy. There's a nice shot of number 55, Jimmy Scribby, and he's doing his grandfather and his family proud tonight. Got a 2nd and 5. Very interesting the way Whitman Hanson's managed the clock here in this final minute and a half, John. Let's hope the defense can make them pay for it.
All right, direct snap, and North Quincy does not get faked on the direct snap. And Whitman Hanson calls a timeout quickly. Coming up to make the play, looked like it was Joe Bertucci.
Yeah, very alert. Watch the replay and watch the reaction here. It's a direct snap.
30-second timeout for the Panthers.
The running back's going to cut in and grab the ball. And look at Bertucci. Great job. What reaction by Joe Bertucci, making a big play here with 19 seconds to go. It's now 3rd and goal. A lot of pressure now on this Whitman Hanson offense, John.
That play we've seen the Patriots run quite often with the direct snap to Kevin Falk usually, and Brady looks like it's going over his head, and Caleri couldn't run it as well as Tom Brady there. Bertucci saw it all the way and was able to bring him down for no gain. So 3rd down and goal. Caleri back to pass, looking over the middle, fires, and it is incomplete.
Oh!
Kyle McKay.
What a play by McKay!
Got a hand in there, and the receiver couldn't bring it in. So nice job by Kyle McKay to help save a touchdown.
Oh, watch this replay and watch McKay. We talked about it earlier. The players staying in the play to the very end. This is one of those crossing routes where the receiver, you see him going all the way across the end zone, and McKay just hung in there. What a play by Kyle McKay. And interestingly, John, Kyle is a lefty, which gave him a little bit of an edge there. He used his left hand, and he had to, and that was a terrific athletic play by McKay. And this defense for North Quincy coming up big here. If they ever came up with a stop on this, it would really, really help the cause of the Red Raiders as they head to the locker room.
All right, so it'll be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. 14 seconds to go. And North Quincy defense, they've stepped up big for the first 3 plays. All they need is one more here to stop the Panthers. 13-7, North Quincy leading. And they'd like to take that lead into the locker room at the half. All right, Panthers call a timeout.
Well, this is it. It's 4th down.
It's all or nothing
Big
right now.
play here. The crowd, is the crowd on its feet here, John? Or
It looks like it is, yeah. They're trying to get it going.
they're fired up here.
All right, Caleri in the shotgun for the Panthers. He's back to pass, looking for the fade route in the end zone.
Oh,
and it is no good.
Great stuff by the Red Raiders. That play was thoroughly covered. And I'll tell you what, this defense, shutting down Whitman Hanson the way they did with their backs on the wall, just spectacular stuff. Great effort by the boys, and now the Red Raiders are going to fire into that locker room, as you would hope they would after the first half they've had. They're all fired up, John, and they'll take a knee and head to the locker room after a terrific first half, leading 13-7.
It was 1st and goal from the 5-yard line, and North Quincy holds the Panthers. So a great job there. Nice coverage on that last play in the 4th and goal by Jackie Cooper to make sure that nothing was going to happen there. But North Quincy, the defense comes up huge when they need to, and because of that, they take a 13-7 lead into the locker room at the half. So great job by North Quincy. Well, Jim and I will take a timeout, and we'll be back with second half coverage in a moment. North Quincy on top again, 13-7. right, welcome everyone back here at the stadium. We're at the half. North Quincy leads 13-7. About ready for the kickoff. And Whitman Hanson is going to squib kick it. Going to be fielded by North Quincy at the 20-yard line by Mike Morrison. Over to the left side, gets across the 35-yard line, and will fall forward to the 36. And actually going to mark it at the 35, so that's where North Quincy will start this drive to begin the second half here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Again, North Quincy on top by a score of 13-7. North Quincy comes into the game with a record of 4-5, 0-3 in the league. Whitman Hanson 2-6, 0-3 in the league.
Finals of girls volleyball, Quincy and North Quincy, 7 p.m. at Eastern Nazarene College, right here in Rolliston.
All right, I formation behind Joe Schmitz for North Quincy. And they're going to give it to Mike Curran. He's hitting the backfield and brought down. Nice play there by Whitman Hanson. Thomas Epienza brings down Curran for a loss of 3 yards.
Yeah, North Quincy wants to be going in the other direction, John, and I'm sure they're going to be disappointed if they don't get out of the blocks here on this possession. The goal was to come out at halftime and really deliver a message as they start the second half. They, as we said, controlled and at times dominated the first half, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect that. So it's important with this first possession that North do a little more with the ball.
It's a second down and 12. Schmitz looking downfield, has Morrison, and it is incomplete. Morrison was being defended by Dave Colclaw for the Whitman Hanson Panthers and went in and out of the hands.
Yeah, let's watch this replay, John. And you're going to see it's a little go pattern. Morrison's at the bottom of your screen. He does a little head fake inside, and they float the ball out. Got a little bit of air under it. There you see Morrison. It was the safety who actually jarred it loose. But Morrison had a couple of steps on the defensive back. The ball led him a little more to the inside of the field, and the safety got over and helped out, bringing up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 12 here, John.
Christian Petta, the safety, the man who helped that play as well. Schmitz rolling out to his right, and he's going to keep it himself across the 35, and ball's loose on the ground. And they're going to say no. He was down before he fumbled. So Schmitz will get up to the 38-yard line. That'll not be enough, and North Quincy will be forced to punt.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Not a productive first possession. Kyle McKay is back, ready to punt away, and this is not how North wanted to handle the first possession of the second half, John.
All right, good snap, and McKay gets away. A nice
Great
punt.
punt.
is going to try to field it, and he takes it at the 15-yard line. And cross over the 20 to the 25, trying to cut back upfield now. Crosses the 30, he'll get across up to the 32-yard line. Nice return there by Colclaw.
That was a terrific punt by Kyle McKay. He out-punted the coverage. He out-punted the, the Whitman Hanson backs. Kyle just blasted that thing. The other thing, he kicked from the right hash mark over to the left as well. So a terrific job by McKay. And here comes Whitman Hanson for their first possession of the second half.
Two receivers to the left, and quarterback John Caleri for the Panthers. Handoff over to the middle, and he is brought down in the backfield. Looks like Garrett Kelly coming up with its tackle in the backfield.
I'll tell you what, John, we talked before the game started about the fact that the Red Raiders had been without Kelly the last couple of games. Garrett suffered a head injury that kept him out. His parents have been back and forth to Children's Hospital. They've really had him checked out. And it was a rough couple of weeks for Garrett, but he's back in there and obviously doing fine. Made a couple of big plays, and that one, nice penetration and tackle.
Pass over to the left side, and it's complete over to Petta, and ball's loose on the ground. See, both teams think they have it, and North Quincy comes up with it.
Raiders, great job. Gotta watch this replay, folks. Here's a shot of Mike Morrison coming off. Kyle McKay, Shea Adusian. Now watch this. I was just about to say what a well-designed play and an effective play this has been for Whitman Hanson. But watch this as he gets out there. Who gets the strip? It looks like it's either, might have been Walter Hannon, and Walter covering it as well. But number 56 was out there for the Red Raiders, Bobby Lawless, and 45, Walter Hannon. They both took swipes at the ball. I'll tell you, if our friends from the south end of the city, the presidents, are watching this game, been a lot of ball hawking by the Red Raider defense and special teams tonight. Presidents should be on alert for that on Thanksgiving Day.
And another fumble on the ground again.
Wow.
But North Quincy recovered it. So it'll be second down and actually going to pick up a gain of 4 yards on the play.
I'll tell you, this should be of a little concern to the Red Raiders. That was again on the handoff. Schmitz and the running back. I don't know if we can see the replay real quickly. I'd like to see who it was if we can watch the replay. Just a quick shot of the handoff here. The up back was Walter Hannon, and that's who I believe they had the problem with him. Yeah, you know what? Walter's heading into the hole to block. He didn't even look for the ball.
Looked like Shea Adusian, who was the eye back, was trying to get the ball, but when Walter Hannon went up to block, he hit Joe Schmitz, and that ball came loose. North Quincy calls a timeout with 7:42 left to go here in the third quarter.
Well, hope Joe is okay. He's been holding his left arm a little bit. I don't know if something happened with you. There you see him. Great shot from our sideline camera. And when Joe handed off the ball that time, it was with his left hand. Maybe when he went into the fumble scrum, he hurt himself. But Joe's got to get a little more focused here as the Red Raider offense looks to break ice first in the second half.
McKay with the carry on the reverse, has some open space in front of him, gets the first down and more, stays on his feet. And finally the crowd comes over and brings him down. But it'll be a first down for North Quincy thanks to Kyle McKay.
Yeah, the thundering herd got over there, John, for Whitman Hanson, and they had to. You're correct. Second time they've run that play, and the second time that North Quincy has had spectacular success getting Kyle McKay the ball out into the flat. And Kyle does a terrific job, had some great blocking. That's a big first down for the Red Raiders. They're inside the 30 of Whitman Hanson. And the North Quincy offense, John, slowly reestablishing its dominance again.
All right, so we first and 10 for the Red Raiders at the 29-yard line. Curran gets the ball. Running over to the right side, has some more space, has some open room, gets to the 10-yard line, now to the 5-yard line. And it'll be first and goal, North Quincy. Mike Curran, a fantastic run for North Quincy.
That was a great cut by Mike Curran. I'll tell you what. Very impressive stuff by Curran. Watch this replay and watch Curran just accelerate again once he gets to the hole. He's going to seal. He waits for the block to set up and then, boom, explodes through the hole. He followed Adusian into the hole, waited for Shea to get that linebacker, and then, boom, Curran just exploded. Terrific run. Great stuff by this Red Raider offense, John.
First and goal from the 5, Adusian with the ball, and he might get back to the line of scrimmage for a no gain.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen that happen where, for whatever reason, there were problems in the backfield, and the right side of the offensive line, Scribby and Bertucci, get a little blown up and penetrated. As we've said all along, those two guys can handle just about anyone out on the field. So, they're stunting or doing something. And there's just some sort of breakdown that causes what we just saw there, which is a loss on the play. It's going to be second and goal from the 5.
Adusian lone man in the backfield. They're going to give it to him. No, they fake it to McKay in the reverse again. And this time, Whitman Hanson will not get faked out on that. And they're going to lose 2 yards. And they'll go back now to the 8-yard line, making the 7-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, they saw that one coming, and Kyle really got plowed, coming off the field a little slowly, but he's a tough guy. He'll shake it off quickly, I'm sure. So the Red Raiders going backwards here as they get inside the red zone. Let's see how they do on this third down play.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. Whitman-Hanson trying to come up with a inside the 10 stop themselves. North Quincy stop Whitman-Hanson. 1st and goal at the end of the first half. Adducing with a carry, gets across the 5, trying to fight his way forward.
Wow.
And we'll get up to the 1-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1.
Great individual effort by Adducian. And let's see what they do. The Red Raiders, looks like there's going to be a little bit of a chat over this one. Let's take a look at that replay and watch this individual effort by number 21, Adducian. He's a lone guy, as John said. He's going to cut up behind the center, gets wrapped up at about the 4, keeps driving. You see Mike Morrison with his hat on a guy there. He won't give up either. Just a lot of very determined guys out there, and very impressed with the level of effort by the Red Raiders, the production. They've really performed tonight, John.
All right, so thanks to the carry by Adducian, the 6-yard carry. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1-yard line for the Red Raiders with 4:25 left to go. Clock is stopped because North Quincy called a timeout. And you can see Coach Connor on your screen talking to his offense right there, saying, we need to punch this ball in for 6 points.
Yeah, interesting. You also see the steam. It's not that cold an evening. We've had some cold weather thus far and some really windy weather. It was an interesting week this week with inclement, cold, windy weather. But the last couple of days, you folks may recall when you watch this, that we had a lovely day on Veterans Day. It was a terrific day for the city to honor its veterans, both those from the city and, all the men and women from around the country who do so much to, in terms of personal sacrifice. And yesterday was a great day in the city. We were able to honor our veterans and their families. And today, Friday the 12th, another beautiful day. There's no weather conditions impacting things tonight. And it's a great night for high school football. Big 4th and goal.
High formation. They're going to give it to Adducian, and he goes in easily for the touchdown.
Wow.
Shea Adducian went in untouched thanks to the blocking, by the line in front of him.
That would have been the play I would have called on 1st down, John. All right, now, with the score 19-7, Red Raiders, you may recall, missed the extra point on their second attempt. So it's likely, and it appears that it is the case, they're going to go for 2. They send Schmitz back out there, so it's the right decision to get things back on, especially the way we've seen Whitman-Hanson has some kids who can kick the ball. So,
all right, so North comes out. Adducian and Curran in the backfield behind Joe Schmitz. Curran goes in motion. They're going to pitch it to him over to the right side, and he'll go in for the 2 points.
Wow. I'll tell you, that was beautiful. And the guy who really made that happen with a terrific block, number 7, Mike Morrison. Great block to spring Curran. And he went in untouched. Kenny McPhee out on the field to grab Morrison. He's a little shaken up because I'll tell you what, he laid out a guy who was twice his size. And I think you or I could have got in the end zone on that one, So, great effort by Morrison. And you see at the left of your screen there, Coach Connor and McPhee both shaking Morrison's hand after that block, John.
All right, so thanks to the 2-point conversion, North Quincy increases their lead 21-7 with 4:21 left to go. And actually, we're going to take a look at the 2-point conversion replay right now and see if we can point out that block.
Watch number 7. Watch the block here coming up. Well, you missed it. It was on the right side. But he completely laid a guy out. And, Curran makes it look easy because the young man can run. He really accelerates. So perhaps I was a little impertinent saying that you or I could have done it, but that was a reflection of what a great block Morrison had laid out there. But that was just a very well-designed conversion. Great job by the Red Raiders. They're up 21-7, and they're back in the driver's seat here. They've got to remain focused, John. As they learned last week at Silver Lake, these games can turn quickly.
All right, Colcloug's going to take it at the 35-yard line, trying to run across the other side of the field for some space. Gets across the 40 and will get knocked out of bounds at about the 45.
Wow. We had a little shoulder delivered well out of bounds there. That was close to a mistake that could have been really costly by one of the Red Raiders. So
Whitman Hanson happened right on the Whitman Hanson sidelines, right in front of all the players. And the players and the coaches were all looking for a late hit flag, but no flag came.
Yeah, those are the types of plays that very, very difficult at the high school level. You get these boys all fired up. They're just out of their minds down there, filled with aggression and, excitement, and then you tell them to be disciplined or to lay off, and it's a very difficult balance. Well, that time, one of the young men almost crossed the line, but fortuitously, he held up just enough to avoid a flag. So with 4:11 to go, John, in this third quarter, Whitman Hanson with its second possession of the second half.
That pitch goes over to Corey Gilbert over to the right side. He'll cross the 45-yard line and will get knocked out of bounds at the 47. So gain of 3.
Yeah, number 53, Garrett Kelly out there. Scribby out there as well, number 55. But Kelly's the guy who wrapped him up and made the tackle. Bears repeating in light of the way he's playing, John. But Garrett Kelly, such a key name for the Red Raiders here. He's been missing the last few games, and you see a real difference in this squad with Garrett out there. Of course, all the boys are just having, this is a great Friday night for the Red Raiders, John. Quite a tune-up for Thanksgiving.
Pass is tipped there.
Scribby.
And Scribby tipped it and chased after it. It'll be incomplete, but nice job there by Scribby to get his hand up there and knock it down.
There you see, number 55, Grace Busher focusing in on him, the captain of the defense. And let's watch this replay. Watch the hand come up on the left side. There you see him reading it beautifully. He gets out there and breaks it up. The other thing I love, John, is Scribby is following the ball in case it's considered a lateral. He stayed in that play all the way. Wanted to make sure the ball got covered just in case it could have been called a fumble. We see guys on Sundays in the NFL who don't play with that level of alertness. Great job by Jimmy Scribby.
All right, 3rd and 7 now for the Panthers. Pitch over to the right side to Bill Rice, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds. And we'll see where he gets knocked out at. It was right around the first down marker.
I think he was pretty well short of it when he went out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, it looks like he got knocked out of bounds at midfield. So we'll bring up a 4th down and 5 to go. Like I say, is at the 49 where he got knocked out.
Let's see what Whitman Hanson does. They're going to send out their punting unit.
4th and 5.
Well, defense does it, John. They stepped up as the coaches hoped they would. Came up with a stop, and now the Red Raiders looking for some field position. Interesting timeout here. Looks like there might have been a little confusion setting up for the punt. I wonder if the Red Raiders aren't concerned a bit, or the coaching staff at least. Just want to make sure that they have proper coverage in the event there's a trick play.
Timeout was called by Whitman Hanson there. Actually, no, they're going to say now.
Yeah, it was
North
the Red
Quincy.
Raiders who called timeout, yeah.
The referee's going back and forth here on is Paul Agassi. The referee initially called it
Mr. Limber.
initially called it on the Panthers, but it was a North Quincy timeout.
He's probably just flexing out there, that's all. But no, the Red Raiders definitely called the timeout, and I think the concern perhaps may be because Kenny McPhee's out there, and he's the defensive coordinator. So McPhee out there with Mark Nutley, who's the special teams coach, they may be concerned about a trick play here. Here we go.
24 back to punt down.
All right, Mike Morrison back to receive the kick.
The Raiders, number 7, Mike Morrison.
And it's going to be a high kick and a little short. Morrison's going to let it bounce.
Yeah, Whitman Hanson guy downfield actually hit the ball. And so Red Raiders will start with decent field position. It's going to be at the 22-yard line. And the offense has a shot here to really put this game away, John. Especially the way the Red Raiders have been doing it on the ground. They've got the opportunity here to put together a little drive and really just lights out on Whitman Hanson, which would be terrific. There's not a bad crowd from Whitman Hanson here, actually, John. This is a school that really supports its athletics. They do a nice job. Whenever you play Whitman Hanson, they always have a crowd on hand, and they do tonight.
Whitman Hanson has a nice football field themselves down there, a nice artificial turf field like here in Quincy. That's only a few years old as well.
Wow.
Handoff goes to Mike Curran. He makes a few moves, gets outside, gets across the 30, up to the 32-yard line, and should be enough for a first down thanks to some great cutbacks by Mike Curran.
I will tell you, watch this replay, folks, and watch Curran. He hits the hole, and there's nothing there. Great shot from our sideline camera. He gets the ball. There's nothing but white shirts, and look at that move. And now watch him accelerate. He's going to take off up the right side. Another juke, and just a terrific individual effort by Curran. He is having quite an outie, John. We should invite his aunt up to the booth on Thanksgiving Day. She seems to have ignited the young man's legs tonight. He's had quite an outing.
Shea Adusian on the carry over to the right side, across the 40, and gets knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Good pup there put on Shea Adusian by Christian Petter, the safety.
Yeah, Petter's a terrific athlete. Reminds me a lot of Kyle McKay. He's playing both ways, and he's tough and hard-nosed, but, you know, he's clean. He came over to the Red Raiders sideline, put a big hit on Adusian, and the guy who was over there to pick him up and give him a pat on the back was Kenny McPhee, the defensive coach, who has been relentlessly working the officials tonight. Kenny is always busy on the sidelines.
Mike Curran again with a carry, trying to get outside, has some more space, across the 40-yard line up to the 35 and brought down at the 33-yard line. Mike Curran, another first down for North Quincy. That's 3 in a row on 3 plays.
Wow. Mike Curran might want to consider announcing his retirement from football after tonight's outing. This is just a spectacular, his final Friday night game at Veterans Stadium, and he is going out with one big bang, let me tell you. Mike Curran is really putting on a show tonight, folks. And Mom and Auntie are enjoying every moment of it firsthand here. That's great.
As you mentioned, final Friday night game for all the seniors. The seniors were all introduced before the game started here today, so they want to come out here strong. Kyle McKay on the trap play, and North Quincy cannot run that too many times. Whitman Hanson has snuffed out that play again, and it'll be a gain of 1.5, maybe 2 for the Raiders.
Yeah, but John, the key is, like, you're right about that it was snuffed out, but now you've got Whitman Hanson calling a wind-sucking timeout. I mean, all that's going on here is the boys can't breathe anymore, so they're getting a timeout to let them get their legs back onto them. But the Raider line is just blowing off the ball and really devastating Whitman Hanson here, and they did so on that play again as well. That was blown up by nice penetration from a linebacker. So this is really an effective drive by the Red Raiders. This line has really come together. You know, we talked about them tonight. Bertucci, Scribby, King, Kelly, and Diaz. It's a group of guys who are just out there banging away, and they have been relentless. And they've really opened some holes tonight for Adusian and Mike Curran and a couple of other guys who have been in the backfield as well. Going to be a flag on that one. Mike Curran just letting everyone know he is human. Little false start there.
snap. False start on 5. North Quincy, 5 yards, still second down.
We'll put the ball on the 35-yard line.
Jim, we mentioned earlier in the game that Bill Early, longtime volunteer and
right.
staff member and former board member and football enthusiast here in the city of Quincy, was unable to be here tonight. He's up in Concord, New Hampshire to receive an award presented by the Alliance for Community Media Northeast Region, the Brian Wilson Mentor Award. And we'll get more to that in just one moment, but certainly a well-deserved honor from Bill Early. Shea Adusian with a carry, and he's going to get a gain of 1 on that play. The Brian Wilson Award is for a teacher or mentor in public access television that has really brought along a lot of new members, new producers for public access TV. And Bill Early has been a long time, as I said, advocate for public access TV here in the city of Quincy. Has taught many classes and has instructed many people here in the city of Quincy about how to produce their own TV. And he was the recipient of that award, was nominated by the staff of QATV and the board of directors of QATV. And we are proud to hear that Bill had been awarded that. So, again, congratulations to Bill Early on certainly an honor well-deserved. Schmitz back to pass now for North Quincy and finds Morrison. Morrison's going to get the first down and
great
more. Crosses the
move.
20 now. And brought down at the 16-yard line. Mike Morrison. Nice play there to pick up the first down for North Quincy.
Yeah, watch this replay. This is a similar pass to the one they had problems with in the first half. Morrison with a little square out. Ball is right there. Great delivery by Schmitz. And watch this move by Morrison. He gets downfield, another move, evading tackles, and a terrific individual effort by Mike Morrison. Red Raiders with a big first down, right when it looked like that drive had stalled a bit. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 15.
Schmitz is going to hand the ball off to Shea Adusian, trying to go over to the right side, gets across the 10 and is brought down there.
tackle.
Again by the strong safety, Christian Petta, for the Whitman-Hanson Panthers.
Yeah, nice job by Petta. The blocks were out there. He got the penetration, made the tackle. Good stuff.
That'll be the end of the third quarter, Jim. So 21-7, North is on top with a quarter left to play, and they'll go down the other end of the field, and it'll be second down for North Quincy at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, the blocks were there, as we said, but nice penetration by Petta blew it up. And now, John, as difficult as it will be for me to utter these words, I want to sound in on Bill Early as well. And I'm kidding about that because I have terrific respect for Bill. As John said, back when the QATV operation was set up in Quincy in 1993 or 4, Bill Early was part of the first board of directors, and prior to that, he had been a volunteer at Continental Cable. He has been part of the cable in Quincy, the local cable in particular, since its inception. And all the shows you see on QATV now, Bill has had a hand in because he's the guy who trains people when they first come through the door. And everyone who's been on the air has spent some time with Bill, and I'm sure has a story about how Bill has shared his experience, whether it be camera issues or editing issues. He knows from start to finish. He's still working out the kinks on the replay deck. But other than that, the guy is an extraordinarily talented man, and we're very lucky to have him in Quincy. And the fact that he's been recognized regionally, it's a wonderful thing and a real proper tribute to a good man who shares his time. Great credit to his wife and he for all that they do here at QATV.
Shea Adusian on the carry on second down and 5, and he's going to get a yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Bill and his wife Rosemary and Betty Campbell, the executive director of QATV, are up in Concord for the awards ceremony. And looks like number 70 for North Quincy, Joe Bertucci, down on the field.
He's had leg problems, and he's gone down. He's talking about his right knee. I don't know if we have a replay, and maybe we could see if something happened to Joe. I don't know if it's possible. It's a cramp. Okay, let's watch the replay. The way that the trainer is working on him, it could be a leg cramp. And Bertucci's been out there a lot. He's over at the left side of your screen. He makes the block. You know what? It's when he planted to make the block. That's either his Achilles or his calf that he injured. He planted to make the block and something happened. Let's hope it's not his Achilles, because that'd be a tough injury to come back from. You see the trainer out there. We've heard from Dr. Capadonna in the truck that it's his calf, so that makes me feel better. Yeah, and the way the trainer's looking, it looks like it's probably more of a cramp issue. I don't think he'd be smiling and joking if it was something more. Back on Bill early, you mentioned Betty Campbell. I had credited, I think Betty should get a fiction writer award because she's the one who submitted Bill's candidacy for that, Brian Wilson Award. And I said to Betty, I hope you follow this up with a Harlequin novel, because she sold that one. But Bill does a great job, very willingly shares his time, and I think we're very lucky in Quincy to have people like him.
A couple other awards were awarded to QATV. Mark Crosby, Tom Clasby, and Ruth Jones won second place in a category, instructional category for Elder Update, Quincy's Biggest Loser, episode number 4. Also, Tarot by Leah Marie, hosted by Leah Marie, won third place. Handoff goes to Shea Adusian over to the left side, across the 10-yard line, over to the 5, and
wow.
touchdown North Quincy.
Pure
Shea
speed.
Adusian punches it in from 13 yards out to increase North Quincy's lead.
Pure speed. Great job. And Shea Adusian is just all jacked up because he could tell that he had a shot there, and he turned the corner. Watch the replay here. He turned the corner and simply outran the defensive back. Oh, great shot from John Mercurio here. There's the block by McKay that frees him and makes Adusian, puts him in a one-on-one situation. And that's just great stuff by Shea Adusian, outrunning the defensive back.
That was actually
go ahead,
let's say a 9-yard touchdown, by Shea Adusian. North lines up for the extra point.
That one's the backbreaker, and I just asked Grace after this kick if she can get to the 50-yard line. We'll take a look at, he pulled that one. He pulled that one. That one's no good. If you take a look down at the 50, you're going to see Coach Mark Nutley getting a special teams gang together. There's a shot of him. I'll tell you what, as soon as a touchdown is scored, you see boys heading the other way on the field with their coach, Mark Nutley. There he is. He has done a terrific job. We've talked all year about the special teams, John, and how effective they've been. Well, there is the maestro of special teams, Coach Nutley, and there are the boys right there. And you see number 56, Garrett Kelly, number 11, Kyle McKay, 7, Morrison. These are guys who go always. Walter Hannon, number 45, of course, 55, Scribby. He doesn't leave the field either, but all those guys, they're the, and Bobby Lawless, number 56, John. Seniors, they play all game. They're the special teams gang of leaders, but there's another core group, 4 or 5 guys down there who, as soon as the Red Raiders score, they're down with Coach Nutley getting ready for the kickoff. So this is a well-prepared, well-disciplined team. They got a lot of people working hard here, and they're seeing the rewards of all that work tonight against Whitman Hanson, John.
The script kick is going to be fielded at the 36-yard line by Whitman Hanson. Coleclaw on the carry.
Wow.
And he's going to bust his way forward up to the 45-yard line, a 9-yard return for the Panthers.
Now, if the chairman of the board, Barry Welch, were around, I know he could tell us about Jimmy Coleclaw. This young man has to be somehow in the Coleclaw bloodline because he was a local guy who played at BC and went on to play for the Patriots back when Bill Sullivan was trying to sell tickets and at Fenway Park, that's how far back it goes. But that young man is a talented athlete and football player, Coleclaw.
And North Quincy calls a timeout. Looked like didn't have the personnel on the field they wanted. Real quick, Jim, I want to wrap up the Alliance for Community Media Northeast Region. I mentioned a couple of
that up.
well, one more big thing we should mention, and this goes out to everyone at Quincy Access TV, especially all the members. Quincy Access TV was awarded the Overall Excellence Award for the region of New England and New York. That's the Northeast region. And we want to congratulate all of the members out there. This is the second time Quincy High School, I get my high schools mixed up, that Quincy Access TV has won the Northeast region. Fourth time we've won it overall. 2 nationally and 2 regionally. We've won overall excellence, dating back for the past 7 years.
Yeah,
so we really want to thank all of the members out there that really make it possible for Quincy Access TV to have all the varied programming that we have, all the dedicated volunteers to come out and help shoots like this or a parade or different things that happen around the city that QATV produces. But it really comes down to the members, the citizens of Quincy, that are coming out and producing their own TV. So we want to thank you for helping Quincy Access TV win the Overall Excellence Award for the second year in a row.
Let's see if we get John Mercurio to get another shot of Anna Altori down there, one of our dedicated folks.
Our handoff now for Whitman Hanson crossing the 50-yard line, trying to get across the 45, and he does, and is tripped up there. Number 20 on the carry, Dave Bailey.
Nice run by Bailey. Great tackle by Morrison. If you watch this replay, there's a shot of 2 volunteers right there. John Mercurio on the camera, Anna Altori helping him on the sidelines. There's a nice fake on the handoff. Some nice blocking by Whitman Hanson at the point of attack. And watch number 7 on the tackle here, Morrison. This is just a great individual effort. He fights off the block, makes the tackle. You know, it really helps the cause when you've got a guy like Morrison out there alone and he can make those tackles. Marcus Chase on the other side doing the same thing.
Our handoff again goes to Bailey, crosses the 35-yard line, and will get tackled now at the 32 for Whitman Hanson. Another 8-yard gain for the Panthers on first down.
Tell you what, there's a guy out there who I think just made a big mistake. Oh, there's another shot. Go ahead, John.
I was going to say, there's Glenn Busher on camera, another dedicated volunteer here at QATV.
Yeah, Glenn and his bride, Grace, man the cameras. We put Grace at the skill position, and Glenn's out there at the 20-yard line freezing his hands off.
All right, quarterback Caleri in the shotgun, looking to pass. He does, finds Coldclaw. And Coldclaw can go nowhere. Great job by Kyle McKay to wrap him up and bring him down.
Kelly out there as well. Kyle McKay and Garrett Kelly, the 2 seniors. Great stuff out there. There's a nice shot of Grace Busher. John Mercurio can't quite center the camera on her. There's Grace, and we see John Caleri, the bearded one. So that's enough coverage of our volunteers, John. Missing a great play out here.
Caleri rolling out to his left, going to keep it himself. And he'll pick up the first down for the Panthers. And he runs out of bounds at the 26-yard line with 8:20 left to go.
Yeah, so Whitman Hanson trying to put something together here. Red Raider defense trying to make some adjustments. You know, they'd love to keep this a 1-touchdown game here, meaning 1 touchdown scored by Whitman Hanson. A lot of pride out on that field. Pardon me, I mentioned just before we got the shot of Glenn Busher, number 70 for Whitman Hanson. Took a little shot at Walter Hannon when they were unpiling. I think he's mistaking things if he thinks that because Walter is not the biggest guy in the field, he won't pay for that. And Walter let him know it in no uncertain terms.
Bailey on the carry over the right side, and he'll go nowhere. Nice pursuit there by the North Quincy defense, led by number 53, Garrett Kelly, and also number 56, Bobby Lawless.
Yep, Lawless, Kelly, and Tran in on the tackle. These guys are something. They really have done a terrific job tonight, John, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
All right, timeout on the field called by Whitman Hanson. That's their second timeout. 27-7 is our score. North Quincy on top. Should mention Quincy High School is down at Silver Lake in Kingston tonight to take on the Lakers. Their final Friday night game before Thanksgiving as well. Quincy High School, they've lost 2 in a row to Hanover and Scituate. So they're looking to trying to get back on the winning side of things as well. Both teams, Quincy and North Quincy, coming to this week with records of 4 and 5. Caleri looking over to his left, fires, and it is complete at the 15-yard line. Finds Christian Petta, man whose name we've called several times on defense, is safety, and this time he's going to pick up the first down up to the 10-yard line for the Panthers.
Yeah, I like Petta. You've got to like him. There's an opponent you can respect. He does a nice job. He got open there, evaded tackles. And Whitman Hanson coming right up to the line. They're now getting a little excited here, John, thinking they can get back in this game if they can get a score.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line, so he can still pick up a first. Caleri's going to keep it, and he's going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be a loss.
Here's Lawless in there. One thing I like about these guys is they just don't take any nonsense from anyone. The same guy who was bothering Walter Hannon bothered Lawless, and they hear about it. Here we go.
Caleri back to
Good
pass.
pressure.
Ball's loose on the ground, and is picked up by one of the offensive linemen for Whitman Hanson. Tom Condon happened to be in the right place at the right time, so there's no turnover, and a timeout's called by the Panthers.
Yeah, there's something wrong with Garrett Kelly. You can see him in the middle of the field there. I'm a little concerned watching him that something happened to his shoulder or, I'm not sure what it is. During the timeout, let's watch this last play. You're going to see the fumble, John, and watch the strip here. This is what I like about what I've seen with the Red Raiders defensively. They get in, Lawless gets his hand on the ball, forces the strip. There's Tran. Not quite sure. Okay, yep. Tran is in there to make the tackle, but they really go after the ball. A lot of ball hawking going on by the Red Raiders, both defensively and on special teams, John.
So ball is now all the way back at the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 15 to go for the Panthers.
One nice sign, you look down on the sidelines and I see Joe Bertucci. Well, there's a shot of some volunteers. The guy in the middle there is Dr. George Capadonna. Off to his right is Mr. Doherty. He's everywhere. He can do the camera. He's on the replay deck tonight. And then to the left there is Chris Potter, producer extraordinaire.
George Capadonna, another one who's been around for many years, producing high school football, and member of our board of directors as well. George does a great job as well. Pass from Caleri over in the end zone, and it is touchdown.
Nicely done.
Whitman Hanson, a fantastic job there by Ryan Henry to lay out for that ball and reel it in, and placed perfectly as well by quarterback John Caleri.
If you watch the replay here, what you're going to see, all Morrison does is clap his hands, and I'm glad to see that because you got to give these guys credit. Caleri puts the ball outside, and the only guy who's going to get that is the receiver. There's nothing Morrison can do on that one. He had the coverage there, but that was a beautifully thrown ball, well-executed play. Whitman Hanson into the end zone. Now they need this extra point, and then we're going to have to watch out on the kickoff. Red Raiders special teams are going to have to be alert here, John.
All right, extra point is up and good. So 27-14 is our score as the teams come back downfield. And as you said, Whitman Hanson might be in position now to look for an onside kick. Still in the ball game, 7:13 left, so still plenty of time for the Panthers to get back in the game.
Yeah, that's correct. With 7:13 to go, it's critical that North Quincy handle this kickoff properly, get their offense out on the field, and then a nice offensive drive, whether it burns clock time or results in some type of score, and they have this game under control. Any problems with this kickoff could really have repercussions, so it's important that the special teams unit be ready to go here. And there's a nice shot of the Red Raider cheerleaders. They've been working hard all night, had a lot to cheer about, actually.
cheerleaders, the senior cheerleaders, were also introduced before the game. I neglected
That's
to say
a nice
that before
touch.
the game. So
Yeah, that's
all
great.
the seniors here, cheerleaders and football players, were recognized before the game started.
Number 6, Christian Pettis at the kickoff.
Yeah, as you can see here, if you look at the screen, you see all the Red Raiders up at the 50-yard line. They've got a lot of guys up. They're ready for the onside kick. A lot of good athletes out there, and I'm sure they're prepared if it comes in short.
All right, his onside kick, and
Wow.
a great job by North Quincy. And that was number 9 that came up with that, Andrew Minton.
Let me tell you something. Minton, who is a quarterback in waiting. Andrew is a guy who's been playing JV ball this year. His coach, Mike Hansen, has a lot of great things to say about him. He's a lefty. You see him winding his way through there. But, boy, he fielded that cleanly and beautifully. That was a first-class play by Minton, and a big play, an important one, because he was surrounded by white shirts, John.
That was a third baseman who fielded a line drive down the line. Nice and clean there again by Minton to make that a great effort on the onside kick.
Timeout, Panthers.
Whitman Hanson is going to get a timeout here because now North Quincy's in great position. They've got super field position. They've got the ball with 7:11 to go. You know they're going to be running it. I'm a little nervous. You see number 53 there, Kelly. He definitely got banged up, and I'm not sure what happened. You see his teammate coming over to him, Mike Curran, trying to stay with him. And who's coming off the field? Morrison. They're going to take a look at Morrison, who may have got dinged up on the kickoff too. That's the trainer coming over to check him out. So one of the things that's happened this season, John, is the Red Raiders have got banged up. And they've paid a price for it because when they hit that string of Duxbury, Hingham, Silver Lake, they were missing some key players. There were no complaints by the guys. They just tightened the chin straps and went out and played. But they're now getting guys back, and hopefully they'll have everyone in the roster for the Quincy game. We're really excited on that one coming up, John. Having seen both teams this year, that's going to be a terrific matchup.
We should mention Quincy Access TV's coverage on Thanksgiving morning will begin at 9:30 a.m. on QATV 8. Live audio coverage will begin at 9:30 with the pregame and kickoff at 10. So if you can't make it to the game, tune into QATV to listen to it on QATV Channel 8. Schmitz with a handoff to Shea Adusian over to the left side, breaks some tackles, gets across the 40-yard line, cuts back in and staying in bounds at the 30, and will finally get brought down now at the 27-yard line. Great run by Shea Adusian, and more importantly, stays in bounds as well.
Absolutely correct. Watch this replay, folks, and watch number 21 continue to do his stuff. There he stopped. Sheds the tackle. Here comes another tackler. He evades him. Nice cut. Well, this is our man here, the guy that both you and I tip our hat to, Christian Petter, who made the tackle. But I'll tell you what, great effort by Adusian. And as you say, John, excellent decision by Shea as he approached the sideline to cut it back up inside, keep the clock running. So the Red Raiders grinding away. There's a shot of some of the fans here tonight. Loyal fan base.
Marquise Chase with a carry.
Oh,
And he was trying to do some cutting himself. And he's going to get a gain of 1 on the play. Cut back and then jumped upfield again, but gets brought down. And a gain of 1.
well, there you saw what we have to look forward to next year. Marquise Chase, there was nothing there. He saw that. He tried to juke and create an opening, just couldn't do so. He's a little frustrated tonight. Because of the outing that Mike Curran's had, Mike's really eaten up a lot of possessions here because he's just been on fire tonight. So it's been a little tough for Marquise Chase. He hasn't had as many touches tonight, but he had an opportunity there. He did what he could with the ball. Nothing opened up for him, but he's an exciting runner with a lot of promise, John, for the Red Raiders.
2nd down and 9 for North Quincy. Schmitz hands it off to Shea Adusian. It's across the 25-yard line and will keep his feet moving up to the 22-yard line for North.
I'll tell you, it's impressive when you have a guy who can go outside in the manner of a tailback and outrun people, but then can just gut it up inside as a fullback might. He ran that right behind the guard, did a terrific job grinding it out, as you said, John. It's going to be 3rd and 4, but more importantly, the clock has run down to under 5 minutes. And Red Raiders offense is doing what you would hope it would do. They've kept possession. They're running down the clock. Let's see if they can't get another first down.
So 3rd down and 5. Call it 4, excuse me, for North Quincy. Curran on the carry, and he's going to get hit in the backfield and brought down at the 25-yard line. So it'll be a loss for North Quincy. And timeout's immediately called by Whitman-Hanson. It looks like that's their final timeout.
Well, given where they are in the field, it's interesting, John. I would call this 4-down territory. I think it's a little too far for Kyle McKay to try a field goal. If he were to try to kick something from here, it'd be a 42-yarder. And while Kyle is quite the athlete, I think that's quite a bang. I think instead what you're looking at here is Red Raiders with a 3rd and 4. They're over on the far hash mark, the right hash mark. Got a lot of room on the field to work with. They've got some opportunity here to make something happen, and I think they're going to go for it on 4th down, John.
Ball is at the 25-yard line. They need to get to the 18 for a first down.
You know, there you see Mike Hansen, one of the assistant coaches. He coaches the JV squad full-time. Mike runs the photography program at North Quincy High. And there's, you know, dozens and dozens of kids. He's got 6 classes, and all of them are packed with talented kids. And they just did an interesting fundraiser for Children's Hospital that was quite a success.
Handoff up the middle.
No.
And Kyle McKay has the ball, and he's got the first down and more, and he gets to the 10-yard line and finally knocked down at the 8-yard line, and they ran that reverse play one more time, Jim, and it worked.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about the fact they were over on the right hash mark. They had a lot of room to work to the left, and sure enough, Kyle McKay with a big first down. Watch the replay here, folks. You've seen this play before. They faked out John Caleri on that one, faked out our camera person, Glenn Busher, and Glenn is fortunate enough to see Kyle come into his viewfinder now. There he is, number 11, Kyle McKay, slashing his way to a first down inside the 10 for the Red Raiders. That one was a backbreaker, John.
All right, it's coming up on 4 minutes now left to go in the ball game. Hannon with a carry, trying to punch it in, and he's going to get down to the 1-yard line. Ball came out, but he was already down.
Another guy, Walter Hannon, a little fullback there for the Red Raiders, running the ball inside, gets it down inside the 5, down to the 2. Walter and Chase are classmates. They're going to be back next year, and they'll be part of the backfield story for the Red Raiders. But that was just brute running strength by Walter Hannon, number 45. Running the ball inside, clock running down. You see clock cam, it's down under 3:30 now. That was the real goal of this drive, John, is just burn that clock down and keep the Whitman-Hanson offense off the field, and they did so very successfully.
Second and goal from the 2. Handoff goes, try to get the number. It looks like it was number 24 for North Quincy. And that's Jackie Cooper, and he gets hit in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard on the play.
Yeah, give Cooper great credit for the fact he held on to the ball. Delighted over there. A fumble would have been, terrible at this point because they're really, Red Raiders sewing this game up here with this possession. And it's good that Cooper was able to hold on to the ball as he got blasted right at the point of the handoff. I was mentioning earlier about Mike Hansen on the sideline, and we'll come back to that after this play.
All right, Schmitz under center, and flag thrown on the play, and this is going to come back. Look, it's going to be a false start against North.
I like what Coach Connor's doing. He's got Schmitz now. He's
Fire
got
the
his
snap,
arm around
ball
him.
start.
And
on
you know
North
what he's
Quincy.
telling him.
5
He's
yards
saying
from
to
the
him,
previous spot.
you know, to
Still
take
third
control
down.
of this huddle, get everyone focused, and let's get people attuned to the snap count and moving when they're supposed to. I like the way Connor handles the boys, John. He doesn't yell at them, doesn't bark at them. He's always instructing, always teaching, and he did a nice job there at getting Schmitz over, making sure that they calm things down in that huddle.
All right, 3rd and goal from the 8 now for North Quincy. Chase goes in motion. He's hitting the backfield immediately there. Marquise Chase had no chance whatsoever on that play.
Yeah, that one was destined to fail from the beginning. The fact, again, like the last one, the fact Marquise held on to the ball, that is triumph enough. I'll tell it, triumph enough, I should say. He got blasted as soon as he got the ball. Held on. Good job by Chase. Going to be a 4th and goal for the Red Raiders, and they're going to let the clock run down, and they're going to go for it. All in furtherance, really, of just running out the clock, John.
Our ball is now back at the 11-yard line. Walter Hannon on the carry, and he'll get to the 10. So it'll be a turnover on down for North Quincy, but more importantly, 1:08 left on the clock. North Quincy, with that drive, was able to take 7 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, great stuff by the Red Raiders. They were very effective here. Mission accomplished for the offense, and now the defense has to do what it's been doing all night, which is stand tall. Whitman Hanson back inside its own 20 at about its, they're going to start at just outside their 10, actually, I should say. And so the Red Raider defense, all they have to do is hold on for 1:08, and this is going to be a big, big victory for North Quincy High School. Great final Friday night victory for the Red Raiders. Great tune-up for Thanksgiving Day.
And timeouts called down the field by North.
Yeah, they're missing one guy out there. They got 10 players on the field. Not sure who did not get out there, but they're sending out number 15, Steve Newman, who has not seen too much time here, but he's going to get into the defensive backfield. An opportunity for Steve, who's a junior, to get out here and see some action tonight against Whitman Hanson. I was mentioning earlier about Mike Hanson, the JV football coach, one of the assistants down on the sideline. North Quincy High this past week hosted a photography sale and show where the students sold their photos. There were 40 selected photos that were sold. It was a complete sellout. People were actually ordering prints, John, and all the proceeds, it was well in excess of $1,000 being paid over to Children's Hospital. It's a program that was set up by Students Against Destructive Decisions, the SAD group at North Quincy High School, and their photography teacher, Mike Hanson, who spends his free time coaching football as well. So great job by those students and Mr. Hanson, who worked on that, along with Kristen Houlihan, the school nurse, who's involved with the SAD program.
All right, 2nd down and 3 for Whitman Hanson. And another pass, and looks like he gets knocked out of bounds. So it'll be a 1st down for the Panthers at the 25.
The Whitman Hanson receiver is looking at Mr. Scribby and Mr. Curran and wondering what the heck's going on here, because he really got blasted out of bounds here. And these young men have not heard the final whistle, so they are still out there playing full guns, John. Really, really impressed with how this Red Raider football team has come around this year. You recall we started here at Veterans Stadium on the night of the doubleheader. Actually, no, we started the week before, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we started with the Boston Latin game. It was a Kyle McKay looking for the reception there. There's another guy who's had a spectacular outing. Kyle broke up that play. But we started with the Boston Latin game. It was a warm evening, Friday night, September 10th. North Quincy won a tightly fought game, but it looked like they had a lot of work ahead of them. Well, these boys have gone out and done that work, and they have one heck of a football team here, ready for Thanksgiving just 2 weeks away. So it's going to be an exciting Thanksgiving Day football game, John.
Whitman-Hanson looking to pass way downfield, and it is out of bounds, and we're going to have a flag thrown as well. I'm going to say it was an unnecessary hit out of bounds on North Quincy.
Yeah, that one was a close one because he was definitely playing the ball. He waited till the ball got there. I don't know if we'll see a replay. Unnecessary roughness is the call, but maybe we'll pass on the replay given the nature of the matter. But I think the attempt here was simply to play the game to the end. That was quite a shot delivered by Mike Curran.
Pass was incomplete. Dead ball foul after the play. Personal foul, late hit on 5 defense. 15 yards, first down.
Well, here's the call. He is an MIT professor, folks, and that's absolutely the truth. Do you know what subject matter, what field he's in, John?
I do not know.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to find out. That's terrific. I really enjoy when he does games. I like the lecture on the coin.
He's
That's my
very,
favorite
very
part.
thorough out there, and nice job there by North Quincy. Another flag is thrown after the play is over.
That was Jimmy Scribby, who just would not give up on that play. Let's see what this one's about. Oh, he was past the line. The quarterback was past the line with Jimmy Scribby. There you see him, number 55. Watch the replay, folks, and watch the determination of Jimmy Scribby. We talked about him at the end of the first half, but here's a young man who's playing his heart out. It's his last Friday night football game, but he also, helped bury his grandfather this week, and that was a tough thing for him and his family to do. We're going to get the call here.
Eagle forward pass on the offense. The quarterback 5 yards from the spot. Plus the loss of down. We have second down.
We will not have time for the replay here as Whitman-Hanson came right out. Given the fact there's 20 seconds left, they are looking to get right to the line and did. But I was just saying about Jimmy Scribby. Great job there, staying in the play the whole way. Made the tackle, or the sack, we'll call it.
Cleary looking way downfield, has a man incomplete, was looking for Dave Colclaw.
Yeah, the coverage there. That time, a little bit of vindication. Mike Curran down there to break it up. Not at all happy with that call against him earlier, so down there to break up the play. So Whitman-Hanson now with a third down and, I beg your pardon, fourth down. And it's going to be about 13 yards here for first down. They got to get it to the 50 to pick up a first down.
16 seconds left to go in the ball game. Whitman-Hanson fighting to the end here. 27-14, North on top. Cleary fires over the left side and is complete to his man at the 45. Crossover to the 50-yard line. And it looks like he gets out of bounds for the first down with 7 seconds left.
John, what I might do is we wrap up here with 7 seconds left, irrespective of what happens. Red Raiders are going to win this ball game. And I'd just like to say we don't have time to mention each of them. But I really want to tip my hat to this senior class. Red Raider seniors have really shown tremendous leadership this year. It showed game one against Boston Latin, and over the course of this season, this is a terrific group of hard-working young men. They play the game hard, they play clean, and they've done a great job responding to Coach Connor and Coach McKay, Coach Nutley, the football coaches here at North Quincy. They've responded very well to everything they've been taught, and they have put together a superb season here. The record doesn't quite show all of what's gone on the field for these Red Raiders, but as they get ready for Thanksgiving Day. There's a lot of excitement for the North Quincy Red Raiders, John, as this is a solid, well-prepared football team, and Quincy is going to have its hands full on Thanksgiving Day, and a lot of credit goes to this group of seniors.
All right, so that is the final play of the game. The incomplete pass, and North Quincy wins by a score of 27-14. Shea Adusian has 3 touchdowns here tonight for North Quincy. Also chipping in for North Quincy was Mike Curran with a 13-yard touchdown run of his own.
Chipping in. I don't know if that's what Curran did, but you're right.
No, he
That's
certainly,
what we'll say.
scoring-wise, he chipped in, but he certainly had a great game
What an outing.
down the field for Mike Curran. And for Whitman Hanson, 2 touchdown passes for quarterback John Caleri to Petta and to Henry, and that wraps up the scoring here down the field. So North Quincy will improve to 5-5 on the year, 1-3 in the league. Real quick, we do want to thank all of our volunteers here tonight that helped out and make this game possible. Grace Busher, Glenn Busher, John Mercurio, Anna El Torrio down on the field and in camera for us here today. Peter Doherty on graphics and doing replay. Our engineer and doing audio today was Chris Potter, our director George Capadonna, and our executive producer Elizabeth Campbell. So, Jim, this is our final Friday night game, and again, Thanksgiving morning, tune in to QATV, Channel 8, beginning at 9:30 a.m. for the pregame show, and then at 10 a.m. for kickoff when the Quincy Presidents and North Quincy Red Raiders take to the field to battle out for the city championship. So for Jim Timmons, my name is Jonathan Clare. Again, final score, North Quincy 27, Whitman Hanson 14. Thanks for watching this edition of QATV Sports. We'll see you on Thanksgiving morning.